Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while. I've been busy with weddings and stuff, so we're going to get straight into this. This is going to be a vertical panorama. I went to St Mary's Church this morning actually and took a load of pictures. You'll see quite a few down the bottom here. I've already converted these. I've done them all HDR. I'm not going to show you that part of it, but I've converted all these to HDR, as you'll see down here, and you'll see they all say HDR DNGs, and I'm going to then merge these as a vertical panorama. You'll see I went to France a few months ago and was interested in one of the cathedrals in a little village, I forget the name of it right now, and I had a really good time. The images that I got from there were amazing, and I thought, why aren't I doing more architectural pictures of more local churches, because churches as photography goes are amazing, absolutely beautiful. If you see some of the pictures I just got from here, they're just churches are just made for photographers. So I contacted St Mary's earlier on in the week, asked them if they didn't mind if I popped in and took some pictures for an hour. Went down there, got a few pictures, and here we are. So let's get into this. I'm going to convert these 6 images, which are actually HDR, so essentially 18 images, into a vertical panorama. I actually went more down to the ground, but there was a great drain type thing down the bottom here, which I don't want in the image, so I haven't converted that to HDR. And I'm also going to convert this to an HDR as well, into a panorama as well. I'm going to get straight into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the images. I haven't done anything with the images apart from convert them to HDR. I've done nothing in develop module, so we're going to convert them to panoramas first. We're going to go photo merge panorama. We're going to let this do its business. This may take a few seconds, so I'll fast it forward for you. And here you can see that we've got the result. I had to drop a few images, the top and the bottom image, because it wouldn't create the pano the way I wanted it to. So we're a little bit tighter into the pews or the chairs down here. We haven't gone so far into the roof. But we're now going to take this into the develop module and give this a go and see what we can do. So we're going to come over to our main develop module here, which is the colors and the highlights and whatnot. So we're going to open up the shadows. Look at that already. Look at that ceiling up there. That looks amazing. We're going to bring down the highlights. Actually take that right to the end. Maybe not so much on the shadows. Bring the blacks down a bit, not too much, and the whites up again. Aim for slightly clarity. We are going to use quite a bit of clarity. Going to make this look pretty awesome. So we're going to go +15, and vibrance again. I'm going to take up ever so slightly. Not going to use saturation. I tend not to. The white balance looks okay at the moment. I'm going to just add a little bit of magenta. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know that I like to add a bit of magenta into my image, and we'll probably add more later when we come to do the graduated filters and the radial filters. We'll do some more bits and pieces with that. Okay, so let's go down here. I want to add a medium contrast. Again, that's going to pop the image. Not going to do anything with the HSL sliders at the moment. Highlights, I'm going to add just a teeny bit of orange in there. In the shadows, I'm going to just add a very slight bit of blue, actually a bit more between the blue and the magenta and the purple there. That looks good. Okay. Sharpening, we are at ISO 100, so we're going to add a lot of sharpening. This is going to output a massive file, so we want it nice and sharp. No noise reduction needed. Remove chromatic aberration and enable profile correction. Actually, we don't need to enable profile correction. What it's going to do is it's going to take off the vignette from this image, but we've got 5 or 6 images together, so the vignette's not actually there, so we won't bother with that at the moment. And let's just level this off so that does anything. Yeah, potentially we need to crop in a bit more just on this side. We can probably do a little bit more there. I'm not too keen on having that in, but not that in. So let's come back over to here and see what we can do with full. New. Vertical, no. Auto, maybe? No. Let's go level again. That seems to do a better job for us. If I wanted to, I could take that into Photoshop and warp that. I'm not overly worried about it. I could probably just cut them both out to there and have it like that. That's not too bad. We've got the windows in, it's symmetrical, we're straight down the middle. That I'm happy with. Yeah, not too bad at all. And not going to add any vignette here. I'm going to do that myself with the graduated filter later. And let's just play around with these. Sometimes landscape is good. Ooh, too much. Too much. Let's go clear. Potentially, but it lines up a bit too much for me. Seems strange, but portrait is sometimes good. Actually, I like that. I like the yellows in there. And the yellows down there. Let's see what the difference was to standard. Yeah, actually, let's go portrait. Yep, like that. We're going to come back up the top and add just a little bit more magenta. Maybe a touch more blue globally. Yep, okay. So now I'm at a point now where I can start playing with the graduated filter and the radial filter to add some dimension to this image, although it's lovely as it is. There's some things I just like to do. We're going to bring this in, we're going to bring the exposure down a touch, some more magenta in there, a bit more on the blue side of the temperature, and let's bring the blacks down a little bit. I'm not worried about clipping there in the darks, that doesn't bother me at all. We're going to bring another one in down the bottom there, exactly the same, and that has added a lovely kind of vignette already. Let's go new and bring one in on the side here. Again, we're going to bring the exposure down ever so slightly, not by much. More magenta, and we are going to dehaze that and bring another one in that side. Just add something. Okay, so now we're going to start on our radial filters. So this is where we can start adding dimension. If you've seen in my images before that I've edited, you'll know that I do this. I copy this from a photographer from France. His name is Serge Ramelli. He is an amazing landscape photographer, and it's where I get a lot of my tips and tricks from. So I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description. Please have a look. And let's do this. So what first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a radial filter in there. I want this to be the lightest part of the image. So what I'm going to do is everything outside that. Take that off for a second. Everything outside that I'm just going to darken down ever so slightly. I'm also going to go new, same place. This time I'm inverted this time, so inside there I'm going to add some yellow, plus 22 is beautiful, a bit more yellow, let's expose a bit more. You'll probably hear my fans going mental at the moment inside my MacBook, so I do apologise for that. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, we're now going to go new. I'm going to start adding some features over here. Bring that up. Not too much. About there. I'm going to copy that. I hold down Alt and Command to copy. You can right click and duplicate if you want to. going to put some in some various different places. Just add a little bit more depth and dimension to the image, and not too much. Also going to go up into the rafters here. I'm going to bump that even more. Square this out that way rather than that way. That's beautiful. This is why I wasn't too worried about clipping at the top there. I want to add a bit of depth. This is basic sort of dodge and burning that you might find you do in Photoshop slightly differently, but in Lightroom this is a very good way to add depth and dimension to an image. Not that the image was flat in any way at all, it's just that if I close that off, what I've done there I think looks pretty damn good. I don't want to overdo it, I just want to make the image pop slightly. I'm not doing anything that I think would make it look fake in any way. I'm just adding dimension to the image. So let's do a few more just down here. Not too much, I think. Let's dial that back. And here. Let's put yeah. Let's do a small one of that. Here. It seems like I'm adding quite a few of these, but this is going to make the image pop. People often say to me, how do you get your images to look like that? I do a lot of interior design photography, and it looks completely different from anything anyone else ever does, and this is the reason why. It's just this, nothing else. I don't do anything else. I'm going to do this. I'm going to add a bit of yellow. Nice and warm coming through there. Your eyes led up to the altar area where everything's going on down the bottom there. And that looks pretty damn good to me. I love that. That is an awesome image as it is. So yeah, that's that one. Took me less than what, 5-10 minutes once you've changed it into an HDR, then changed it into a panorama. I'm really getting into these vertical panoramas at the moment, especially for places like this, because you can really get a good look at the ceiling in a place like a church that you never see in a normal image, because it's either way too dark because you're exposing for the light areas down here. When you do it as an HDR panorama, you're always going to get the detail, and it is detailed. Look, it is crisp, sharp, all the way through there. Look, right the way down to there. That is a little bit light down there, should I say. Let's dial that back. Let's get the whites back to there. Done. So yeah, look, you see it's crisp, sharp, all the way through. We are at 1:1. This is 100%. So you can see all the detail right the way through the image when you stack images like this in a panorama. So let's try the next one. Okay, so here are the images for the next panorama we're going to do. And this one's going to incorporate the organ, which is huge. I've done a picture of it by itself a bit further along, and we'll go through that in a minute. But for now, I'm going to take these. May not work, we'll see. We'll put them into photo merge panorama. Again, I'll fast forward this part just in case it takes too long. Okay, so here's the image that's been outputted by the panorama. I'm not overly keen on how it's rendered the look. It's the way I have my camera angle. You've got to be really careful when you're shooting these panoramas when you stage them, and I was on a tripod. However, as you turn the camera up, if you're not completely straight, it's going to do these weird things when you put them through. It's not too bad. I might crop through there. See if that does anything better. I think 4's going to auto. No. The thing is, I don't want to lose half the organ on the side there. I want the organ in, so we're going to leave it like that. That's fine. It's not a problem. It's not too bad. Okay, so we're in the develop module. Let's go back and let's start our development. So shadows I'm going to bring up. Highlights I'm going to take down, all the way down. And probably just slightly overexposed. Contrast a little bit. And we're going to use medium contrast on the tonal curve there. That's gave that a good pop. Look at that. I'm just going to bring the shadows up slightly more. Okay. Clarity. We're going to go into plus. Maybe not that much. Maybe 25. Vibrance. Bring that up. Now already this image is looking brilliant. I love the colours between the browns and the yellows. Looks amazing. Possibly too yellow down the bottom here, too warm. So let's have a look at moving that too much, that is, and let's add a little bit of magenta. Just adding a little bit more magenta, just taking the edge off the yellows down here, which is fine, but I'm going to use a graduated filter anyway at the bottom, and we'll get rid of the yellow hue from the image at that point. I could do something with the saturation with the yellows here, but that's going to affect the whole image. I don't want to do that. So in the highlights, I'm going to add just a little weeny bit of orange there, and in the shadows, a little bit of somewhere between the blues and the purple. See what that does to the stonework. It just pops it. It's beautiful. Let's look before and after. The stonework there, stonework there. I love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, sharpening. We're going to go up to about 90, 95. Perfect. No noise reduction. Remove chromatic aberration. No vignette here. We're going to do that later with the graduate filter. Okay. So very quickly gone through. The colours are looking amazing. I think we've got that spot on. A little bit shame that this side is darker than this side up there, but we can actually use that. It's not a problem. We can go like this. We're going to bring that through there. Bring that down to there. Give or take. Blues, purples. Just going to take that up to there. I don't want to affect this window too much on the left hand side here. Let's bring it up to there. And about there. Perfect. Okay. To about there. Okay, and we're going to use the same. See how it's taken just a little bit of that yellow off of there, which is perfect. Okay, we're going to come into there. We're going to start on the radial filters. I have one there. Good. And another one. I'm just going to pump that right up. I want a legal line up the front there. A bit more yellow. Okay, let's start with top there. Okay. So I'm adding yellow to this because I want it to match this yellow the other side. This part of the image has got so much yellow in it, it's detracting from this. I want people to see this organ, so I'm just lightening it a bit, give it a bit more yellow just to counteract what's going on this side. It works. A bit of clarity. Okay. Nice in there. Bring that up like that. I'm going to start doing just a few bits did before. Again, I'm just adding a few bits, a little bit of interest. What I'll do here, actually, I'll make that a bit smaller, a little bit smaller, into there, bump that up, like so. Not too much, not that you'd notice. And a couple of ones to the organ, give that a bit of a boost. And that, let's boost that up a bit more. Like that. Okay, that's what we've got there. Yeah, that's looking good. We can go a little bit further. Want to get one in there. And there. Smaller. Actually zoom in if we need to. Right there. See how pin sharp this is. It's brilliant when you use lots of images to get a panorama like this, because of course you're exposing for different areas of the image, but you're focusing as well, so the focus will come through and it will look amazing like this. Let's come back out. Might seem like I'm overdoing this a little bit, but I'm adding interest. It's going to look pretty good. Maybe too much on the top there, I don't know. Let's pull that back. And that one. Get areas of interest like that. And maybe just a couple of small ones in here. And there. Pretty dynamic. Let's show you the before and after the radial filters. There's a lot gone into there, but it's very, very subtle and it makes the image just pop. It looks strange when you first look at it. Pause this video for a second, go away, make yourself a cup of tea, come back and look at it. And you can't really notice that I've done anything to it unless you know I've done something to it, which is how I get people looking at my images and going, wow, what have you done? How have you done that? And this is how I've done it. Just like that. It looks very, very strange when you do it like that and they come on, but trust me, if you want to get people to notice in your images, this is how you do it, and this is how I've always done it. Hopefully you can learn a few tricks there, and it'll help you get noticed too. So we're all pretty done. So I want to thank you for watching this video. It's been a very long video. We've edited 2 images, and I've actually got a photo walk this evening. If you're on my Facebook, you'll know that I've started doing photo walks and workshops. You can look through my website on my events page for upcoming events. Mostly at the moment they're on the south coast of England. I know most of you on my YouTube channel are from America, so it won't affect you. But if you want to come and shoot with me, get some landscape shots, which is very simple. I'll give you very simple practical tips and advice on how to get these images like this, and then I will also give you the tips and tricks I use that you can see how I edit my images on my YouTube channel, but I will show you in person because I'll have my laptop with me. We'll go to a pub or a cafe somewhere, sit down, and we will go through the images that you've got, the images that I've got, and we will learn together, and I'll show you how I get images looking like this. Please sign up to my workshops. They're not expensive. If you look at some photographers out there, they are charging hundreds and hundreds of pounds to spend a couple of hours with them. I currently have a full-day workshop, which is a portfolio building workshop. You will get loads of images, and we will edit those images on the workshop. So you will go away not only knowing how to take the images, you'll learn how to edit the images, and you'll learn how to replicate the images when you go home or wherever you go. You want to go out by yourself somewhere, you will know how to take these images, you will know how to edit them. So it's an intensive full-day course. I have other courses that are split up into like half days, 3 or 4 hours here and there. So take a look at that if you're interested. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, like it for me. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.